Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Daily English Stories, the place where we explore meaningful stories, uncover valuable lessons, and grow together every single day. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. Today, I'm super excited to dive into a topic that's both fascinating and incredibly relatable, something that might be sneaking into our lives without us even noticing. It's called soft addiction. Have you ever wondered why you keep repeating small habits that seem harmless but leave you feeling empty, regretful, or drifting away from your goals? If that sounds familiar, then this video is made just for you. In this episode, we'll take a journey together based on the book The Soft Addiction by Dr. Chris, a renowned American lifestyle and marriage consultant. We're going to explore what soft addiction is, why it's more dangerous than we might think, and most importantly, how we can break free from it to live a richer, more fulfilling life. Are you ready? Let's get started. First things first, let's define what soft addiction really means. In the book, Dr. Chris has a thought-provoking line: "You won't die from soft addiction, it just keeps you from living your best life." It sounds gentle, doesn't it? But that's exactly what makes it so sneaky and dangerous. Unlike heavy addictions, things like drugs, smoking, or alcohol that can directly harm our health and take our lives, soft addictions are those small, seemingly innocent habits that quietly chip away at our time, energy, and happiness. So, how do you spot a soft addiction? Picture this: have you ever spent hours scrolling through your phone, watching short videos on TikTok, only to kick yourself afterward for wasting time? Or maybe you've caught yourself checking social media notifications obsessively to see how many likes or comments your post got. Or perhaps you keep putting off an important task because you don't feel ready. If you're nodding along, then congratulations, you might just be dealing with a soft addiction. According to a survey mentioned in the book, 91% of Americans admit to having at least one soft addiction. And Dr. Chris believes the remaining 9% are just too shy to admit it. So, if you recognize yourself in this, don't worry, we're all human, and the key is to notice it so we can make a change. The 4 main types of soft addiction. The book breaks soft addiction down into 4 main categories. Let's dive into each one and see if any of these ring a bell for you. Behavioral addiction. This type is all about actions we take to an extreme, often to avoid our emotions or distract ourselves. For example, have you ever turned on the TV the moment you get home and watched for hours without even noticing the time slip by? Or maybe when you're bored, you grab your phone and scroll through social media endlessly, even though you don't have a real purpose. I remember one time I spent an entire evening rewatching an old TV series, just because I didn't want to face a writing deadline. Afterward, I felt so guilty and wondered, why did I let my time slip away like that? That's a classic sign of behavioral soft addiction. Avoidance addiction. This one kicks in when we know exactly what we need to do but find every excuse to delay it. For instance, you know you should clean your room, but instead, you end up watching YouTube, maybe even this video from Daily English Stories, to avoid getting started. I once had a friend who kept saying, "I'll start learning English next week." But next week turned into next month, then next year, all because he was scared of starting from scratch. That's avoidance addiction, a clever trap that tricks us into fooling ourselves. Emotional and lifestyle addiction. This type happens when we repeat negative emotional reactions to hide our true feelings. Do you ever find yourself complaining about work, blaming your coworkers, or snapping at your kids just to let off steam? Or maybe you know someone who jokes about everything or acts indifferent to avoid facing their sadness. I once met a colleague who constantly made jokes about her life, family troubles, work stress, you name it. But one day, she opened up and said she did it to avoid thinking about her real struggles. That's how soft addiction works, it's like a fake shield we put up. Addiction to food and consumer goods. This one's probably the most familiar. Have you ever felt restless because you couldn't eat your favorite fried chicken? Or rushed to buy a new shirt, even though your closet's overflowing, just because you thought it'd make you happy? I've fallen into this trap too. Once, I bought a pair of shoes on sale, even though I didn't need them. Afterward, I kicked myself for spending money on something pointless. That's soft addiction in consumption right there. 2 key signs of soft addiction. To make it even clearer, the book gives us 2 core signs to check ourselves. First, if a behavior goes against your goals or desires and leaves you feeling empty, regretful, or self-critical afterward, that's a soft addiction. Second, if you're doing something without real focus or enjoyment, just going through the motions passively, that's another red flag. Take scrolling TikTok as an example. You might think you're relaxing, but you're not in control of what you're watching. You're just following whatever the algorithm feeds you, with no purpose or endpoint. That's not focus, it's a habit that kills your attention span. In fact, researchers at the Seattle Children's Research Institute found that the brains of kids addicted to phones show noticeable structural changes compared to healthy kids. And guess what? Adults aren't immune either. When we get hooked on things like short videos, our higher thinking skills, memory, and emotional regulation take a serious hit. You might be thinking, okay, soft addiction doesn't sound like a big deal. It's not going to kill me or bankrupt me overnight. But that's the tricky part, its subtlety is what makes it so harmful. Soft addiction isn't a crime. It's just a misguided attempt to soothe ourselves. Maybe you scroll your phone to unwind after a tough day, or shop to escape work stress. But the catch is, it only gives you fake, fleeting joy. Over time, it numbs your emotions, disconnects you from the real world, and pulls you away from the life you truly want. Think of your life like a bicycle. Every time you indulge in a soft addiction, it's like pedaling downhill without brakes. At first, it feels easy and fun, but soon you're speeding away from your destination. One day, you might look back and ask, where did all my time go? I don't think any of us want to live an empty life like that. And that's why, here on Daily English Stories, I want to help you break free from soft addiction and take back control of your life. Alright, now that we know what soft addiction is and why it's a problem, how do we escape it? The book lays out a 3-step roadmap, and I'll break it down for you in a way that's easy to apply. Step 1. Uncover the spiritual need behind your soft addiction. The first thing you need to do is look inside yourself. Every soft addiction hides an unmet spiritual need. If you don't figure out what you're really craving, you'll stay stuck in a cycle of meaningless habits. For example, if you're addicted to shopping for clothes or bags, ask yourself, what do I really want from this? Maybe you're longing to feel valued, loved, or respected. Or if you're obsessed with celebrity news, perhaps you're searching for a sense of connection that's missing in your real life. The book shares a story about a woman named Tiffany. She spent $20,000 decorating her windows, then another $30,000 on a matching rug, but still felt unsatisfied. Eventually, she realized her decorating obsession wasn't about passion, it was her way of avoiding frustration after quitting her job and losing her sense of perfection. Once she identified her true need, a more meaningful life, she started to change. What about you? After this video, grab a pen and ask yourself, which habits am I overdoing? And what deeper need are they hiding? Step 2. Make a core decision. Once you've pinpointed your real need, the next step is to make a core decision, a powerful guiding principle for your life. A core decision isn't just a surface-level goal like, I'll lose weight or, I'll make more money. It has to come from within, be deeply personal, and ignite your desire to live fully. For instance, instead of saying, I'll cut out greasy food to get healthier, try declaring, I want to love myself more because I'm the most precious gift in my life. I've tried this myself. Instead of aiming for no more phone scrolling, I told myself, I want to live a meaningful life where every moment goes toward what I cherish. Now, whenever I reach for my phone out of habit, I ask, does this fit my core decision? Usually, the answer's no. Try asking yourself, if I wrote my own biography, how would I want to be remembered? Honest? Loving? Creative? Write it down and reflect on it deeply. Step 3. Build an overarching vision. Understanding your needs and making a core decision isn't enough on its own. You need an overarching vision, a big picture of your ideal life that covers every area: yourself, family, work, relationships, and community. Imagine this: if you lived true to your spiritual needs, what would your life look like? How would you treat yourself? What kind of family do you want? What would make your work meaningful? What could you contribute to the world? For me, my vision is to inspire people through daily English stories. I want every video to not only teach English but also spark motivation for you to live better. So, I cut back on social media and spend more time reading, reflecting, and creating content. Take your time to craft your own vision. Don't rush, let it evolve as you think it through. To keep you going with these 3 steps, Dr. Chris offers 3 practical tips that I find incredibly helpful. Start doing, don't wait for perfection. You don't need a flawless plan to begin. Start small, cut phone time by 10 minutes a day or spend 5 minutes journaling. Little steps add up to big changes over time. Add and subtract to refine your vision. Add positive habits, like reading or exercising, and cut out things that pull you away from your goals, like social media or junk food. I deleted TikTok and replaced it with an English learning app. Now, I'm picking up new words and feeling more fulfilled. Seek support from others. Don't go it alone. Share your goals with family or friends. They can cheer you on or even join you. I ask my best friend to nudge me if I'm slipping back into phone habits, and it really works. Dear friends, after this long journey on daily English stories, I hope you've gained a clearer understanding of soft addiction, the hidden enemy in our lives. It's not as scary as heavy addictions, but it's sly enough to steal your time, energy, and joy. The good news? You can break free. Start by recognizing your true needs, making a core decision, and building a grand vision for your life. Don't let the fake pleasures of soft addiction fool you anymore. You deserve a life that's rich, full, and meaningful. I'll leave you with a question to ponder: are you truly living the life you want? If not, what's holding you back? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, please hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Every week, Daily English Stories brings you new stories and lessons to grow together. Thanks so much for listening. See you in the next video. Stay inspired, and take care.